COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic.
The spread of coronavirus has wreaked havoc on daily life, grinding most of our routines and plans to a halt.
A huge change we have seen in this pandemic is the shift for millions of Canadians to work from home.
The COVID-19 pandemic had made a huge impact in people's life, and also the activities of people have changed a lot. People now have been forced to do remote works, shop online. Nobody knows for how long these things will last. Some experts are expecting that it will take maybe 1 year, but other experts are expecting that it will take much longer. So unless there is a vaccine for this virus, we cannot be sure that this pandemic will be over.
But a newly emerged coronavirus managed to hold the entire world at its mercy. Why was advanced medical research not able to combat its spread? And is this merely the start of other potentially unstoppable global pandemics?
Whether the pandemic will be over within 1 year, short time, or a long time, so things are not going to be the same again anymore.
This COVID-19 outbreak is forecast to put millions of people, possibly tens of millions of people, out of work.
So how will the world look like after this pandemic? Hello everyone, this is Ayman Omar, and today we are going to talk about the post-COVID-19 pandemics and the implementation of robot technology.
With technology and AI replacing more and more workers each and every day, the question is, will workers in the service sector have jobs to go back to, or are they going to be lost forever?
Bad news about corona seems to have no end.
We can clearly see that the effect of this pandemic in people's life. So many things has changed. Countries shut their borders. Travel become very restricted. People have to work from home, and even social gatherings has become a threat more than entertainment. So in order for people to overcome the negative effect of this pandemic, people have to adopt some new ways, such as working from home, make visual gatherings through the internet, and have to shop online instead of going to shop by themselves. So during this pandemic, we have seen a rise of a new technology, especially e-commerce, online shopping, teleconferences. So companies such as Zoom, Amazon are getting a lot of profit. So they take advantage of this pandemic and expand their businesses. So similar to the internet technology, it had been largely been used, but actually there is another technology, especially automation and robotics, are also getting more attention than before. So we have discussed in one of the previous report that the disinfection robots are getting very popular. Many places are turning to disinfection robot to fight this virus, especially using the UV lights or maybe chemical spray robot. But not just only disinfection robot, but there are another type of robot are getting very popular and getting attention to people. So delivery, logistic, clean robot are all getting the people attention right now. And many companies are developing new type of robots so they can expand their businesses and solve many of the negative effects that we have seen right now. Before the pandemic, actually, the robot technology have been in the rise for the last few years. So many companies have focused on developing logistic robot, delivery robot, cleaning robot. Even in other sectors like agriculture and healthcare, there is a lot of robot implementation. So according to many research, we are expecting that robot will take many jobs within the next 10 years. So by the year 2030. But actually the pandemics give some kind of urgency for those robots. So that's why there is an acceleration in the development and deployment of this type of robot technology. So the traditional robot is an industrial robot which has been in the business since the middle of the 20th century, and it had been widely used mainly in automotive industry. After that, actually, it have seen a lot of application in the like electronics sector, electronics industry sector, which actually combine more than 55% of the robot application in the industry. But now with the use of like artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data, smart factories, and even like collaboration robot system, we're expecting that more robots will be used in the industry in many sectors such as food and clothing industry. Logistic robot system is one of the robot technology that had been widely used. I don't say like widely used, but it gets a lot of attention. So before the pandemics, some companies like e-commerce companies, they were starting to implement this kind of robot technology and automation technology. But actually during the pandemics, many people like have turned into e-commerce companies such as Amazon and maybe Alibaba. So people, instead of buying by themselves, they start shopping online. So this is why like it's put a huge pressure on those companies to increase their working efficiency, their delivery. But however, like because of the pandemics and the enforcement of like safety measures, especially like social distancing, so those companies have to rely or have to do more work, but with less people. That's why like this kind of technology of robots and automation solution have provided the advantage of making work more efficient, more productive, and using like less time and less space for work. So actually many of these e-commerce companies are turning to robots. So now like Amazon has been using robot for quite some time, but now is trying to accelerate its implementation of robot technology. Alibaba is also like using their own robot technology. So it's expected like warehouse technology, warehouse robotics and automation is expecting to rise a lot in the coming years. Similar actually to the warehouse, there are also the delivery system, like robot delivery system is now like getting a lot of application. Actually, there is a lot of type of delivery robot system. The simplest one is the one that works in restaurant. So it just delivers the food and drinks to the tables, the customers' tables. There is a more advanced one that are being used in hotels. So this one at least needs more advanced system because it have to go through elevator and have to go to the rooms. But nothing compared to the delivery robot that have to deliver orders into the people's houses. This is considered to be very challenging because robots have to go in the street where there is a lot of cars and people. There is some success right now with this kind of a robot system. Of course, it's still in the early stage, but it's the first like implementation gives some promising like result like about the future of this kind of technology. Robot actually is one of the first service robots that had been it find its way to the business, but it does not have that much attention. It was used in the houses, some very small robot for cleaning in the house. But actually the pandemic has given an urgency that we have to keep the place clean because of the virus. That's why like many of these robots is expected to find its way to our surrounding, especially like for businesses and like big shopping malls and airports. They have to make sure that the place is clean. That's why they are going to rely on this kind of robots. So looking at what we have discussed earlier, many people will think that, okay, robots is going to take most of the job and leave people jobless. But actually, like, robot technology have its own limitation. So it cannot do most of the task, most of the job without the involvement of the human. That's why, like, this would be the future, the cooperation between robot and human. Globally, robots, or cobot for short, have been developed in the last 2 decades, and it's have started to be used in many industries in the last 10 years. It has shown some success, but now of course with the use of new artificial intelligence and new type of sensors, it becomes more advanced than before. And it is expected that it's going to enter to many sectors, many applications. So many experiments have shown that the cooperation between human and robots can result in more efficiency and productivity of the work than robots or human works each alone by itself. So do you expect that robots are going to be good for us, or do you consider them as a threat? So I hope that you have enjoyed today's talk. So until I see you again, thank you for watching.